Just like any business, scaling is a result of your own research and your own knowledge, studying your marketplaces, studying buyer psychology, studying search engine optimization so that you can grow your business. You could be working day and night, but if you're not effectively using your time because you don't know your marketplaces, you don't know how to expand your reach, you don't really know how to get in touch with those target audiences to bring your products out to them, you're really wasting your time. As you're ready to start expanding your resale business, my biggest component of this that has helped me achieve this is by cross-listing. Cross-listing means you take one listing and you post it across multiple platforms. This is going to maximize the amount of people you reach, and it can target a variety of audiences. What I mean by that is each platform has a different group of people that have different interests. Typically, Depop focuses on trendier items. It is predominantly for the Gen Z, younger adult audiences. Whereas, let's say, eBay is so large, it is global. You could pretty much sell anything on there. You have a much wider reach, but you might target some more older audiences. With that said, if you want a breakdown of each of those, I'm happy to make a video, leave a comment. I can go into more detail about that. But you can also, just do some research, go on the platforms themselves and see what type of items and what categories you see are showing up the most for you. That's another great tip that I wish I did sooner. The next big key component is learning how to search engine optimize your listing. What I mean by that is it is going to be much harder for you to sell an item if it is called Nike men's black jacket compared to something that has keywords, it has sizing, it has very specific things that work in your favor so that it is found on the web. Search engine optimized means, in simpler words, it is optimized to be found on a search engine like Google or like any other search engine. So when somebody goes on Google and they're looking for let's say, very specific gray Nike men's athletic joggers, basketball shorts, whatever it is. If you have those keywords, that's a very broad example, by the way. If you have some of those keywords in there, you're more likely to reach that buyer and you're more likely to get your items seen. The next part about scaling is to make sure you keep your expenses low and maximizing your return on your items. Just like any business, that is where growth, scaling, profit comes into play. Keeping your expenses low, keep what you're bringing in as high as possible. And with that said, that comes by learning your brands and your categories that are working the most. The only way you're going to know that is by studying your analytics. When we're talking about analysis of your sales, you are looking at what is working, what is not working, what is having the most success for you, and where. That can be a very hard truth that you will have to face, especially in the beginning. And truthfully, even as you progress into this, you will recognize that there are a lot of things that you got that might not have worked the way you wanted it to. And that is okay. The key is still to get those sales through. But regardless, that information you are going to use to drive your future sourcing choices. Truthfully, you cannot be in denial of what is not working because you are not going to grow. If you continue to buy things that you think you like, but are not actually proven to have a click-through or a sell-through rate, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So that's a very general rundown of starting to scale your business. It all comes down to teaching yourself these things, learning the workflows, learning how these marketplaces work, what are strengths, what are some weaknesses of them, and what are your strengths and weaknesses? What do you find is working really well for you, and what do you need to adjust, tweak, remove, whatever it is, so that you can scale further and better.